You're tuned in with Tiff. Surviving Sin City with Tiffani Neilson every Thursday, 5 to 6. You are live in Las Vegas, and this is Surviving Sin City with Tiffani Neilson. Welcome to Surviving Sin City. I'm your host, Tiffani Neilson, and I'm here with Ninon Speaks.
Hello, Tiffani. How are you? Hey,
I'm great. How are you?
We're hanging out an awful lot lately.
We are. Thanks for being on my show again. I love having you on here.
Oh, I love being on it. I love to see you progress. It's so fun. I was thinking just now, sitting here, of how much you've gone forward and what you've done, and how you're becoming so professional and so good on this.
Thank you
screen
so
and
much.
everything. You're looking just great, just wonderful.
Well,
I'm very proud
I've
of
learned
you.
a lot of it from you.
The old hat.
At least the red carpet stuff. It's definitely a new set of skills that
It's
I'm
so
brushing
the red
up
carpet,
on and getting familiar with.
Yeah, the red carpet thing is very different. It's a very personal thing. At the same time, you've got to keep remembering that you've got a camera there, and you've got to be careful where you stand, and you've got to make sure that you're listening to them.
And the microphone, you got to make sure that the microphone's steady and not.
Yeah, flipping around. Just flipping all over the place. Yeah, absolutely. So what have you been up to, young lady?
I have been all over.
Were you in Hollywood?
I was in Hollywood trying to find some more editors and some people for broadcasting and production so we can really get the show on the road.
But look what you've got. You've got your cameraman now, and you've got another cameraman then you've got your computer man here. He's becoming a complete production. It is absolutely beautiful to see this production growing. And next thing I know, they're going to say, no, we're in a different room.
And I actually want to say thank you so much to the team that I have. Charles, Two Photomaniacs, Laurent Vasquez. I've got Justin. I can't forget Justin, technical director.
But if you forget Justin, he's going to make enough noise to make sure you don't forget him. So
Ivana, amazing as always. She helps me make everything smooth.
Yeah, she does.
She's great at that.
She really
and also,
does.
of course, thank you to our sponsors and Owen and Cole. Thank you so much for everything that they're doing with us,
Owen's always great, but Owen takes more care of the pet butler thing you have.
Oh no, I think he's got a managerial place over all of it, kind of.
Oh really?
Yes.
Really? So he's getting involved in the whole thing as well. So you're getting all these people involved in your empire.
Yes.
The lady is building an empire. Believe me, it's called the Media Empire. There you are. There's a name for it. There you go.
And our empire is growing as well. Our red carpet empire.
Well, we have a new thing, and I think we've mentioned a couple of times. We have a new thing called Life on the Red Carpet. It's absolutely fabulous, and we're doing all these red carpet events. And of course, Vegas could not be a better place to do the red carpet because there's so many of them. But the funny thing in Vegas,
Hollywood wouldn't be a bad place either.
Oh yeah, well Hollywood would be great, but they also they have them, but they sometimes have people that represent it. But we actually interview the people. So when you have people coming onto the red carpet, you actually can have a story about them, of what they're doing, where they're going, especially all the movie stars of what have they just done and where were they, and you get a little inside scoop, which is really I think is awesome.
And plus it gets everybody that's coming to the event all excited. They get an interview. It's like the excitement of paparazzi and everything. As soon as you show up, it's just a nice feeling.
It is a nice feeling. Now what we did, which was last Wednesday? No, it was last Wednesday week. Last week. What we did, we were at, what was it called?
The UMC second annual Heroes Challenge Blood Drive with the UMC, the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department, and the Clark County Fire Department.
And they were all in competition together, and it was a matter of how many, and this was a blood drive, and it all depends how many, they could get on their team. And I believe that the medical center, that won, the UMC won.
Yes, UMC did win.
And then I think it was the police department came in second.
Correct.
And they really drove it. They were really calling everybody and, getting everybody to join. And then, of course, the fire department, so. And it was something to me very different.
The Australian Bee Gees performed.
Yes.
We instead of surviving, we were staying alive.
And don't forget, Lenny Windsor was there. He came.
Yes, of course, Lenny Windsor.
And I have to say,
and his wife.
I was going to just say to that, this is the first time I met his wife.
Me too.
She's a lovely lady. She doesn't like all this funfare that we all have. She's more sort of at home, watch television. So
she's very sweet.
Oh, she's such a sweet lady, and I don't know how she managed to sort of work it with Lenny, because Lenny's all over the place.
She seems like she's got a sense of humor, though. I'm sure that she can laugh it off.
Yeah, no, he's the one that laughs it off.
I think she may have to laugh it off, too. You never know.
But it was, I must say, it was a wonderful experience. But I think you had a couple of stories. You had a wonderful story. Maybe you tell that story.
Yeah, the one girl that was, well, there was the girl that was driving by, and then she said, you know, I saw this sign that said you guys were having a blood drive, and I thought, I should give my blood. I was like, that's awesome. You know,
she just
drove in. And
nothing
then
planned.
The other girl that I really found moving was she was giving her speech in front of everyone with UMC and the police department for their opening ceremony. She was talking about how her daughter's been upstairs for like 6 months dying and waiting for people to donate blood. And it took an event like this to really give her
her daughter a chance to live.
So, I mean, if you've considered giving blood, you can do it once every 8 weeks. So you definitely should. And
it doesn't take long. It takes 15 minutes to actually draw the blood, but the whole procedure takes about an hour.
And you can call UMC to make an appointment for that.
Yeah, you can do it. But our blood drive day, apparently the waiting room was packed all the time.
Yes, it was.
So they did, I think they beat, I'm not sure, I think they beat last year's figures. I hope
yes, they did.
They did?
They did.
Oh, good.
And actually, we're going to play a clip from that when we click to this break here in just a minute. But before we do that, what do you have coming up, Ninon, that you want to
what do I have coming? So many things happening in Vegas. I mean, you know, and I don't think it stays in Vegas. I got a funny feeling because I'm putting everything on Facebook. So now it's not staying in Vegas anymore.
Right.
I'm going to David Tupaz. He has a cocktail party on Saturday night at his couture boutique place, which will be fun. That's a lot of the, his couture line is absolutely beautiful, and David Tupaz is just a wonderful, wonderful man. And I believe you're going to be doing a runway thing in January with him, aren't you?
With Elemental, who's also here as a guest.
Yeah, and she's coming, and she's also coming in. She's going to be a guest after me. Okay. And so I've got that happening. Then I've also got my own TV show, which is obviously Ninon Speaks, and of course that we do that through the internet, but I do that actually on the internet. I speak into the internet, so it's not done with all these cameras, so which is, you know, which is a different way of doing things. And so, yeah, we've got a lot going on. A lot of things happening.
Thank you for coming on the show, Ninon, and I'm looking forward to everything that we're doing. And we're going to be back in a second with my next guest, Cheryl Irwin, and she's got some adoptable animals that you could adopt this Christmas from her fostering program. So that's exciting.
Very exciting. I just want to give one little shout out there. I just want to say, if you've got a red carpet event coming up, we can host it for you. We've got the cameras, we've got the backdrop, we can do everything for you. So if you just call us, and I think they've got the number, what would be the number they call? 702?
Let's do email.
Oh, they can do email. Okay, they can do an email. You can email me at ninon@ninonspeaks.com. We will send you all the information. So if you have a beautiful event coming up and you want to interview your friends, whether you're having a wedding or whether it's a business, Christmas business party, whatever it is, call us. We'll help you.
All right. There you have it. Maybe Santa needs a red carpet, you know?
Santa has the red carpet.
All right, we'll be back in just a minute with more Surviving Sin City. And we are back, and we are at the UMC Blood Drive, and I've got Sandra Baker here.
Yes, I'm Assistant Fire Chief with Clark County Fire Department, representing our Chief, Bertrell Washington, for the Heroes Challenge at the United Blood Services Blood Drive. We're trying to let people know that you must come, help your community, because you never know when you might be in need. And as first responders, we see it all the time, and we're asking you to come out and donate blood and become a hero today.
And thank you very much for that message. And also, is there any other message that you want to let people know, maybe a fire safety message for the holidays?
Oh, definitely. One of the things that I think is foremost is make certain that you use the appropriate type of lighting, trees. Don't go with too many extension cords. If you get a real tree, keep it watered daily. Check twice a day, because sometimes those trees get awfully thirsty, and a dry tree is definitely a danger. We also ask that you place your decorations in appropriate areas. And today, with the weather being as cool as it is, there are people probably pulling out their space heaters to warm up. Make certain that you go ahead and you put it in a place where it can't fall over. Try to get the ones with the automatic switch that turns them off if there's any danger posed. And and stay safe. Be careful out there driving.
And one more last question. While people have their trees on, what is the safe time for them to have their tree on, like an amount of time for them to leave the tree on?
They can leave the tree on as long as someone's in the room or somebody's monitoring the area, as long as they want. I know a lot of people like to leave their trees on all night, but if you've definitely got a live tree, you want to be very careful of that, because keeping the lights on all night tends to dry the tree out because there's so much heat that builds up. So I would suggest and recommend that once you go to bed, turn it off and just use it during the times where people are in the room and can keep an eye on things.
All right, well, thank you so much, Sandra. That's great information. So keep it safe this holiday season, and we'll check back with you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you. And we're back with Surviving Sin City. I'm your host, Tiffani Neilson, and I've got some animals with me today, but I also have the amazing Cheryl Irwin. Hi, Cheryl.
Hi, Tiffany. It's such a pleasure to be here.
It's a pleasure to have you here. It's awesome. Long overdue. So what have you been up to, Cheryl? It's been a long time since I've seen you last.
Couple months at least.
I know.
Too long, way too long.
Yes.
But you know what I do with all my spare time, Tiffany?
Cheryl is such an amazing advocate for animals, and she fosters animals every week and then finds them homes.
Yes. And this is one of our little fosters, adoptees, little Polly Pocket, who's available for adoption. She is Papillon and Teacup Chihuahua. This is Sammy, who is the typical pit bull, unlike what people think. This is a typical personality of a loved pit bull. Sammy came from a rescue in Yuma with 11 animals, and in spite of her treatment, she has this personality. She was drowned, she was choked out, she was kicked in the head. Anything that could happen to a dog happened to Sammy. And she was emaciated, skin and bones when I got her. So this is the forgiving heart that a dog has that a lot of people don't have, that need to learn from a pit bull instead of killing them. There's thousands that are put to sleep every week that look like this because of the new restrictions in living accommodations, etc. So it's something people need to be aware of.
Now, Cheryl, you are a big animal activist, and I know you've got a lot of very valuable information on, what the actual issues are. And so what is the issue with the pit bulls? They don't want them at certain apartment complexes, I know. They've got restrictions against that.
They have restrictions against them because they're so overbred for pit bull fighting. And people do not realize what's happening to their dogs. One of the big issues in our town and in every town in America right now are stolen pets. And if you see how many are in Craigslist or just plastered everywhere, all those pets are not getting out. They're actually stolen out of the yard. A lot of them have been utilized as bait for pit bulls. Sammy would have been a perfect candidate had she not gone to the wrong home. And they tape their mouth shut, they throw them in the ring to get the dog to know how to bite, because you're looking at $100,000 purses. It's not a small problem. That's why when you go to Lead or Animal Foundation, you'll see 75% of the cages are filled with beautiful pit bulls, and a lot of them have been bred backyard breeders, which is against the law in the state of Nevada and here in our own hometown. So if you know someone who's breeding them, there is a $5,000 cash reward for any information leading to pit bull fighting.
Well, there you have it. If you're looking for some extra Christmas money, and you see someone that's breeding pit bulls, then there you go, $5,000?
$5,000 for the arrest and any information leading to the conviction.
And so where would they submit that to?
They would call animal control. They could call me. I'll make sure they get with the right people and make sure it all gets processed. One of the ways I wanted to alert pet owners for the holiday seasons, especially with French bulldogs and King Charles Spaniels, they're really a target dog that they're stealing, and they will take them to another city, Los Angeles, New York. They'll ship them anywhere, and they sell them for maybe $400 or $500. It's huge money. They get 20 dogs a day. Do the math. But they send kids on skateboards and on bicycles into your home or in your neighborhood street, and that's how they target, and they mark your yard, and they come in and watch you and get your dog when you just don't even know it. Or cats also, beautiful.
Wow.
Designer cats like the Bengals and Ragdolls are also being targeted.
When I think about Christmas prevention with pets, that's not something I really think about. I think, well, let me make sure my cat's not going to get caught in my Christmas lights and, right. Typical things about like garland and tinsel and things, but and what they can eat around the holidays, but never would I think about them getting actually stolen.
It's unbelievable. So do not, even though it's cool now here in Las Vegas, do not leave them in the car because they're breaking windows. A friend of mine just got his car broken into, the window smashed yesterday. His pet wasn't in it, but there was a tragic story of a car being stolen this summer, and the pet was in it, and they found the pet dead in the car because of the heat. So please don't leave your pets in the car.
Now, whether it's cold or hot, you can't leave the pet in the
Right.
car by itself, correct?
They're like babies. And padlock your fences. Make sure that you don't leave them out in your yard all day. Also, there's a big issue right now with hawks that are flying down and getting the little ones. that
I
people
saw
do
a
not
video
see.
with that with the cat. I was like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
it was crazy.
Yeah, so it's there's a lot. One thing I wanted to bring up, Tiffany, is this wonderful program that's with Hearts Alive Village here in Las Vegas. Probably the most wonderful people that are rescuing dogs, in my opinion, today. And they have a wonderful program called Kendall's Cupboard, where they will interview you, someone that can't feed their dog, that doesn't want to get rid of their dog, but really can't afford the food, and they will give you a scholarship for 6 months till you get back on your feet. And I think that's a huge benefit.
That is huge.
Because I know you're so pro and exposing the plights of the homeless here.
Yes.
The homeless also need food for their dogs, or just people that are down on their luck out of a job during the holiday season, Tiffany.
I love that. So I definitely, I've thought about, you know, the less fortunate and how we could help them with giving their animals some food too. So I was kind of hoping by next year at Christmas, I'm hoping that my serving the homeless attempts will also be serving the pets as well.
Absolutely. You're the girl for it.
Oh, well, thank you so much. And so what if they want to get involved? How would someone get involved? Just get in touch with you, and what is the best way to do that?
Yes, they could email me at deathrowdogscondemnedcats.com or at gmail.com, I'm sorry, or my Tiffany, you can get a hold of Tiffany and she knows my phone number.
Yes, and you can go to the Facebook page. You can go to my email, tiffanyneilson@gmail. So there are definitely plenty of ways to get in touch with us if you do want to volunteer, and it's definitely a rewarding experience.
Absolutely.
And I mean, every week you continue to do this because they're blessings, and I urge anyone that's considering getting a pet, get a pet. They enrich your life. It's an unbelievable experience, and even though it tests your patience, it is so rewarding. So definitely consider getting an animal.
Absolutely.
Anything else, Cheryl, you want to throw out there? Any events coming up?
Well, I just encourage people during the holidays to sponsor a death row dog. That's another program that we have with Death Row Dogs Condemned Cats. If you really want to save a life from being a dog being put to sleep for as little as an ear infection, an eye infection, etc., we just would welcome you. Again, Death Row Dogs Condemned Cats at gmail.com.
All right, and we'll be back with my next guest here in just a second after this quick break. All right, and we're back with more from Surviving Sin City, and I've got my next guest, Miss Elemental. How you doing, Ella?
Hello, I'm doing really good, thank you.
Thanks for being on my show again.
Yes.
I love having you on here.
I love being on Surviving Sin City.
Yes, well, you've been surviving in a few cities, haven't you?
Doing well, though.
Yes.
Keeping my chin up.
So we have something in common. We've both been working on a steampunk project. That's hilarious.
That's right.
Because I was I set myself up for it, really. I volunteered as saying, you know, if you guys ever need somebody for fill-in, you know, I'd love to do it. And then they took me up on it. So I ended up doing some, like, practices anyway with the Sin City steampunk dolls.
Yeah,
but you've been
wonderful.
doing steampunk Cirque du Soleil in San Francisco,
Yes,
right?
Yes, Cyril Noir and I have been up there. We made all the costumes and the makeup, and we were performing, being ambient performers for the opening night of Curios. It's the new steampunk show that Cirque du Soleil is putting on.
And
these
what is
days,
the
and
name of it?
Curios.
Curios.
Yes.
Like
so
curious,
very
but
curious.
curios.
Yes.
Okay.
It's wonderful. I absolutely love it. It's a nice new break for them as far as Cirque goes. It's a little bit more
Out of the elements,
well,
a little different.
You know, it's always going to be Cirque, which is lovely.
You don't want to give the whole show
Yeah.
away, but I mean, you can give us a couple hints would be good.
Yeah, so,
I'm assuming steam, right?
Yeah, lots of steamy costumes and lots of
So is it
old
also
antique.
Victorian, like
yeah,
a Victorian
exactly.
look?
A Victorian look, a steampunk industrial vibe.
Kind of like
the whole
sci-fi
thing.
Victorian
It
is
keeps
kind of
you
the thing. Right?
curious to what's going on. Everything's like trinkets and oddities here and there, and it's pretty cool.
I love your
Still
makeup and
running.
all your pictures. You look great.
Thank you.
Steampunk Cirque. I love
Yeah,
it.
we just went there with it, you know,
And so, do you perform?
yeah, well, we did the after party, the opening night after party. So we were ambient performers. They call them animators. So we animated the whole crowd, and Cyril Noir spun electro swing, and basically I had a kaleidoscope, and I was going around with a little carriage, and a real antique carriage with a porcelain doll in it who also had steampunk glasses on. They made
cool.
little costumes, and you know, I was looking through the kaleidoscope, and anyone that stopped, I went in my bag and gave them a kaleidoscope. So I gave that because it was interacting that way.
Nice.
Also had a seamstress, little seamstress girl that I made a funny tape and had all these different numbers on it. So she went around taping and was like, "Ooh, you know, this is a weird number. Oh my goodness!" So we're just playing with people and keeping the dance party going. And actually, Cyril Noir is there right now. He just was the DJ for the party where they bringing out the CD release party last night.
Oh,
so
nice.
Another fabulous event up in San Francisco. It's under the big top up there right now, and it'll be traveling around, and I'm sure it'll end up here in Las Vegas because it's a fabulous show.
Well, I know he's not here today, but he was there for my birthday, and that episode's, you know, just freshly released. So I don't know if you've got a chance to see that, but
Not
it's
yet,
really
but I can't
good.
wait. We had a lot of great guests that day too. We had a lot
I mean,
of
it was
fun.
a long event, but it lasted a few days. But I mean, Cyril was there for the whole thing. He loved it.
As he does.
And so you guys did the Snoop Dogg, Snoopadelic Cabaret for Halloween too, so you got to perform with that too, right?
Yeah, we did 5 shows with Snoopadelic Cabaret at Tao.
That's so
at
cool.
The Venetian, which is wonderful. He is the DJ, and then Snoop would come in. He did his little entourage.
So is he
throughout the
Snoop
whole
Lion
casino.
or is he still
He's DJ
Snoop Dogg? DJ Snoopadelic. Now, also, he's DJing.
And he does a
Oh.
live set and DJs. So Cyril
DJ
would
Snoopadelic.
do the DJ first, then he'd come in the room and take VIP pictures with everybody and be quite wonderful. And then he would go to the main room and basically I was just a hired performer that night to go around and razzle dazzle, just like Cirque du Soleil, and get everyone dancing and fun, taking pictures with everybody. So it was a lot of fun. When there's another Snoopadelic Cabaret, New Year's Eve.
Ooh,
at
a towel?
Yeah.
Nice. So they've changed from it used to be Murillo, right? So they've kind of switched gears to a more Snoopadelic style of DJ. That's
Yeah.
different, but it doesn't surprise me because their crowd is usually more hip-hop mainstream based. It's not usually like a EDM club as much as like
Exactly.
Life or Light or, you know, the
Yeah.
other ones that are like all EDM all the time.
So
But-
yeah, he mixes in a lot of like, you know, he'll do Earth, Wind, and Fire, dancing on the ceiling. Then he'll do the selfie picture, and then all of a sudden he's up there doing all of his hits with flapper girls that are dropping it and shaking it at the same time.
Oh,
so mixing in a lot
cool.
of elements. There's burlesque. you know, there's all the same go-go girls, but they're all, you know, dressed to a T, and yeah, it's a pretty special event.
And then you brought a guest with you today that I think we're going to do a little interview with and talk about my book. So we'll be back in just a second with your brother. All right, so stay tuned. Surviving Sin City, we'll be right back. And we're back with more Surviving Sin City. And we've got Elemental still here because she's just so amazing. I couldn't let her leave. And we've got her brother, Brian. What's going on, Brian?
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
So Brian is unfamiliar with my book, but he's new to Vegas, so we'll let it slide.
Well, I got to read it, right?
So here is the book, since you haven't had a chance to see it yet, but it's the Sin City Survival Guide, and George refers to it as the guide. Nice. But it is very handy for people that just moved here, especially to really get a understanding for how things work and how you might be able to, you know, make more out of the experience by using some insider, you know, tips and tricks. So
I can use it.
It's got a map in there and like a breakdown of all the nightclubs and you know who to befriend at the front door of the nightclub to really make your experience a lot easier. So
there's a lot of perceptions of what Sin City is, and this kind of tells you straight up how it is, you know? So
Ella read the book.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I loved it. It was all right on. It's
all
true.
And we're doing a 2015 version of it, so it's got all updated information. So we're going to be releasing that in January. So
very cool.
That's exciting. New cover and new information inside, some new tips. So
well, Brian is excited to read it. So am I.
There's 21 things you just don't do in Vegas.
Yeah.
Ella, what's something you just don't do in Vegas?
Something you just don't do in Vegas?
Always wear your shoes, okay?
Right.
I'm just going to tell you right now. Always wear your shoes.
That.
Another thing you don't do in Vegas is call up a club promoter and then not show up.
Yes, that's a good tip. And how about you can't wear your bathing suit through the casino?
True.
So back to the bathing suits. Ella and I are actually going to be doing a bathing suit, bikini, swim lingerie type show, fashion extravaganza with David Tupaz in January. So we're excited about that.
Very
and
cool
she's
and
got
classy,
her
Las
swimwear
Vegas.
line, Elemental swimwear. And you have some of that swimwear here, don't you?
Right here.
All right.
Nothing
says Christmas like bikinis. All right.
Well, you know, we got heated
Oh,
up
that's
all the
cute.
time. This is called Xanthi. It has all patchwork design here, and then has my name Elemental all the way in this custom hardware.
And I mean, the quality on this is so nice. It's like all of it looks like Victoria's Secret or wherever else. You know, it's like it looks very special.
It's all luxury swimwear.
So did you?
It's all made for girls here in Vegas.
Are these one of a kind, or are these a few of a kind?
Well, I did a run of 100 first off.
Nice.
But they're all my own design, so they're one of 100. I have lots of bling going on, hand-sewn details. Everything's
ooh la la.
super sexy, teardrop shape.
Ooh la la, ooh la la.
These sexy girls like you. So.
Hey. And you have a Christmas bikini too, don't you?
I do, but I'm working on that right now.
Okay,
and
well
that'll
maybe
be out in a couple days. I just made the pattern. I'm cutting it. And it's gonna be
maybe
pretty
Ella
special.
will wear it on the show next week.
Yeah.
All right.
Stay tuned.
If you want to see it, then you've got to convince her. So do it on Facebook. No. So what else do you have coming up? I know you've got all these things that you've been busy doing, or are you just keeping those things maintained? Because it sounds like those are big projects that are going to continue on, right?
Projects. Well,
you've got.
I've only been doing this. So this is my first line. I did 6 bikinis. I'm already working on my second line right now, which is super exciting. And we're going to be at Women's Wear Daily, part of Magic, February 17th to the 19th. So Elemental Swimwear will be there. So come find us at the booth and check out some new designs. I'm going to be showing everybody my new stuff there. So coming out with some exciting, sexy stuff.
I think we should put those bikinis on SinCitySurvivalGuide.com.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, if they're going to come to Vegas, they need pool wear, right? Gotta have something for the pools.
Gotta wear something sassy and sexy around here.
And I mean, you know, how small is too small for your bikini in Vegas? It doesn't exist.
Truly. So many hot bodies.
Sometimes it's just like dental floss, and I'm like, whoa.
That looks amazing. Exactly.
So if that's what you wanted for Christmas, make sure that you tell Ella to be on the show next week. No, just kidding.
I'll be here.
So, Brian, have you been to any of the pool parties yet?
I've been to rehab.
You've been to rehab.
Yes.
Well, our tech director, Justin, he's not quite ready for rehab yet.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's working his way up there,
He's still
though.
making his way to that, huh?
He's been here for a while, but, you know, he's still, I tried to get him to go to a pool party there this past summer, and he said, but I'm not ready for rehab, so.
Love rehab.
He's still working out his, you know, the basics before he gets into that one.
Well, maybe they can, if Brian can take your tech director.
Hey, all right.
Maybe we'll switch it up for a little
More
bit.
the merrier.
Show them how to survive Sin City.
Maybe
At
we'll all go
rehab.
and it'll be a field trip. Hey, we can wear your bikinis, it'll work. So we've got our event that's coming up in January, and then you've got your Schnoopadelic New Year's, right? And so your bikinis, they can find Elemental Swimwear.
Yep.
.com?
elementalswimwear.com.
And they can find you on Facebook at Elemental,
Yeah.
right?
Facebook, Elemental LV, on Instagram.
Brian, is there anything you wanted to throw out there?
I don't know. I'll be soon to be a new chiropractor in town.
Nice.
So I'm doing the research and all that and figuring out spaces and doing all that kind of thing. So, you know,
Nice.
they can look up Brian Gessie when the time comes.
Well, if I have anybody that needs a chiropractor, I'll throw you a bone.
I like it.
All right, we'll be back in just a second with more Surviving Sin City. Welcome back to Surviving Sin City. I'm your host, Tiffani Neilson, and I'm here with Angeles Scorsetti. Hi, Angeles. How are you doing?
How are you, honey?
I'm doing great. Thank you for being on the show.
Well, thank you so much for inviting me.
Absolutely. Angeles is actually in my book, Sin City Survival Guide, and she's mentioned in there when it comes to design, and we're talking about where to stay. Angeles has done her handiwork at designing some of these beautiful suites that are around town. So definitely wanted to put a little placement in there about that because she's just such a great designer. I love your entire, the loft and what you have over there. What kind of products do you feature over there?
Well,
I obviously know, but they don't.
we are a design firm, and we have, you know, any kind of style from contemporary, modern, traditional. So pretty much kind of we carry everything.
Well, one of my favorites is this giant white horse lamp that's in there, and it is awesome. I know I love the song White Horse too. So I looked at it and I was like, oh my gosh.
That is a cool piece. It's beautiful. It's like a very trendy right now. It's pretty cool, different, and that can be black or white. So it's kind of pretty cool lamp.
If they had it in pink, it would be in my living room.
We can make it. We can
Oh,
make
really?
it. I can custom make in pink. How cute.
Yes, and I mean some of the like, it's not. Is it contemporary or it's
Yes,
modern contemporary, right?
Yeah, it can be both.
But I mean, she's got some amazing furniture there. The chairs are just like these giant, like curved chairs that are beautiful. Some of the sofas and dividers
we have
and
kind of
lamps.
funky, unique pieces. You know, everything can be customized, and you can pick the leather you wanted, the color you wanted, and very cool pieces. So from furnitures, from lighting, from wallpapers, and everything.
Yeah,
And
there's
amazing fabrics too.
like dressers and
We do
anything.
everything. So you call me and we go to your house and we make a full remodel on furniture
And I still want that to happen
That would be
because I
fun.
know when I was first
I know you
setting
love
up.
the pink. I know you're a pink lover.
Well,
so
you'll be
we will make-
surprised. It's not all pink when you get to
Okay,
my house.
okay. we will make some cool pieces special for you.
Even though the set does look like I would live in the Barbie room, you know, it's a little different when you actually go into my
I
house.
love that. That is pretty cool. I love the colors. I love
Thank
that.
you.
You guys did great.
So
Love
you
it.
approve of this design?
Yes, I
Okay,
love it.
Great. Awesome. Yeah, no, I wanted you to come and kind of see my space because you do great things with the space. I know that your touch is always the globes.
We need a cool chair in here. I will get you a cool
Yes.
pink chair.
See,
We
and
need to
I
feel
went
like
in there
it's
trying to
something
find
cool.
something for the
Yes.
set. So I figured, well, if
Okay.
you're here, then you could see what I'm working with and see where we
Okay,
could go from
okay.
here, you know.
Okay, I will put something together for you. What about that? That sounds
I
good.
love that idea.
Okay.
And so we actually have your assistant with us today too, right?
Yes, Julie's here with
Julie is here, so we're going to bring her on here in just a
Yes,
second, and we'll talk to
yes.
her about everything that you guys have been working on over
What's
the past
going on,
year.
and yes, absolutely.
And it's been an exciting year for you. You just won an award, didn't you?
Yes, we
And
are so
so-
happy. That was amazing. That was like 2 weeks ago. So
And it was for one of the 5 best designers in town?
Yes, one for the best interior designers in town. So it's like
That, congratulations. And so who presented that? Is it the Chamber of Commerce or the Design
Well, it's
Council?
a magazine here in Las Vegas. It's the Deluxe Version magazine. I'm sorry, the Deluxe Version magazine. So are amazing people and always make these amazing events. And I was lucky to be chosen by them and give me this amazing award. And
So did they have a ceremony and everything for it?
Yes, yes, beautiful ceremony. That was on the Wynn Hotel on
Very nice.
Andreas, and beautiful, and that was amazing. So I'm
It's
lucky.
such an honor.
I
Congratulations.
was one of the 5 people, so I was there. So that was amazing. So we're so happy.
I love that. And then you've got an event coming up next Friday?
Yeah, we are planning our event for next Friday, the 18th. And this is a holiday and charity event. So we wanted to help people, homeless people, and
It's actually the homeless teens too, right?
Yes. That is true. So I hope to see you guys there. And
Oh, of course. I'll definitely be
have
there.
an amazing time and
Of course.
support Las Vegas people.
Always. And I mean, the homelessness is such a problem here, and I don't think it's something that anybody really likes to talk about, but it's something somebody's got to talk about at some point because they're on our streets. They need help, and to ignore it is
absolutely. So
inhumane.
we're here, my company, my team, and us to help people. So that is our goal.
Well, I think you're definitely getting the ball rolling in the right direction. So
thank
everybody needs to
you.
do their part,
That's great.
So we're going to cut to a break here in just a second, and then we will be back with Julie, and we'll talk a little bit more about Scorsetti Designs and what Angeles has coming up in 2015.
Yes, absolutely.
And what is your website?
ScorsettiDesign.com. No, it's okay. ScorsettiDesign.com.
ScorsettiDesign.com.
Easier.
Okay, and we'll be back in just a few minutes after this quick break. All right, and we're back with Surviving Sin City. I've got Angeles Scorsetti, and we also have Julie. How are you, Julie?
Good, how are you?
Good. And so Julie works with Angeles at the Loft, and so you guys are working on all these designs, and you've got all these projects going on.
So many projects.
So how long have you been working together?
Since April.
Since April?
Yeah.
Almost a year.
Nice.
Yeah.
Almost a year.
Well, Angeles is amazing, so I'm sure it's a fun work environment. And plus, her establishment is so beautiful in there. It's definitely a cool work environment.
Yes, I love it. It's really inspiring and yeah, it's a good place to work.
Every time I'm there, I'm like, ooh, I want this and this and this. I still want the speakers that are on the wall over there, the set of 6.
The mirrors. The
mirror-
mirrors.
they
Those
look
are
like
beautiful.
speakers, though.
Yes,
They're
yes.
amazing.
Those are fun, funky, cool. Yes, those are cute.
And so, since it is our kickoff to Christmas episode, I know we were watching the fire department interview that I did with the chief of the fire department from the UMC blood drive. It was the 2nd annual Heroes Challenge that was last Wednesday. And it was between the Las Vegas Metro Police Department, the Clark County Fire Department, and UMC to see who could bring people out to donate the most blood. So it was a very long 12-hour drive, but it was fun, and I think that we definitely made a difference, and she gave some great tips on taking care of your tree and making sure that you don't catch your house on fire.
People need to know
What do you guys have coming up for Christmas?
Well, we have the holiday party that Angeles was mentioning coming up next Friday on the 19th. So trying to organize a bunch of charities so that we can donate money to go to that a little bit.
And I like that you're doing favorite things because it's cool that you guys are picking the pieces out of the collection that are really your favorite things.
Yes.
I love that.
That would be cool. That is something cool too. Yeah, I like that.
And so are you going to be featuring the actual item there, or are you going to be showing photos, or?
We'll be maybe showing some photos, and then maybe we have like pick 3 the best pieces, my 3 favorite pieces.
So what is your favorite piece?
Oh, you had to be on the party.
Oh.
You had to come and see that.
Okay, I guess
Surprise.
that's a good answer.
See?
What about you, Julie? Do you have a favorite piece you want to throw out there? Or are you going to make us wait too?
May not be a favorite piece, but a good accessory for the winter is our blankets, and they're faux fur, but they look so real, and they'll keep you nice and warm and cozy for the winter. So
Very cool.
yes. That with our candles.
Yeah, we have our
awesome.
candles.
I love your new
They
lamps
smell
that
good.
you just got in. I love those.
Yes, yes. We have a lot of cool new stuff, so you will see.
So even if you've seen the old stuff, you need to come see the new stuff.
Yes, absolutely.
If you haven't seen any of it, then you really need to come see it.
Yeah. Or check scorsettidesign.com.
ScorsettiDesign.com. And so you got those events coming up, and you're working with some actual charities and foundations, right?
Yes.
Kind of getting involved in the community and all doing our part to kind of give back. I think everybody kind of got into that gear with the holidays. So the organizations that you're working with, it's mostly for homeless teens, or are there a few different organizations you're working with, right?
Yeah, we have.
Yeah, so Project 150 is who we're hoping to try and earn money for, and then also Cure for the Kids. They're over off Maryland Parkway.
And so what is Cure for the Kids?
It's just for various ailments of the kids. So and
This is for the kids that are in the hospital.
Yeah.
So
Right.
the idea is to raise money or maybe bring toys and.
I was trying to raise blood
Yes.
for them the other day.
But that is the idea. So
I think it's great that you're getting involved in giving back to the community like that.
yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. Such a great person.
Yes.
And so you've got your designs in, I know you've got some suites that you've designed in Mandarin Oriental and some other locations in town. Which of those are your favorite? Can you tell us some more about that?
No, it's kind of hard to pick one. I mean, each one is different and different projects and are different styles. So it's a little bit everything. Some are more fun than the other ones because one maybe we had more like inspiration, creations, or kind of more fun. But we are working in different projects right now. So
Awesome.
for new projects coming on 2015 and very fun and very cool.
And you've got a new location in Summerlin?
No. That is a project.
A project.
We just finished on the new downtown Summerlin. So it's a beautiful store. She's a client of us. She's a doctor. So she just opened this beautiful boutique, optical boutique.
Ooh.
So very cool and very unique. So you had to go and stop by and look at it.
Ooh, and what's the name of that office?
It's a
Vision by ML.
yes, Vision by ML.
Vision by ML.
Yeah, designed by Scorsetti Design.
Wow,
So,
that would be something to see, right?
Yes, and then we're working on a few penthouses on the Mandarin Oriental, and this is coming amazing and great projects. And then we are working on in Utah in a hotel project, so
Very
that is
cool.
pretty cool too. And
That's so funny. I was in with those penthouse with you and Mandarin Oriental after CES, and I said, "Did you design this room?" Because I saw little pieces of Angeli's like spread all over the room, and I was blown away that you did because it's such a beautiful hotel.
yeah, well, we've been in business here for 12 years, so long time. So we have an amazing report with pretty much with all the high rises and custom homes, and also we are working in a fun project too. It's a beach nightclub. So that is something new coming in 2015 and very cool and very fun.
Well, if you want to keep up with more from Angeles, you can go to ScorsettiDesigns.com.
Yes.
And
Or you can follow us on Facebook, ScorsettiDesign.com on Facebook.
or Scorsetti Designs on Facebook. And like our Facebook page too, Surviving Sin City. And I think that's all we have for today. So hope you guys are all kicked off to Christmas and we're getting in the holiday spirit. And we'll see you again next week. Thank you so much for being
thank you
guests
so
on the
much.
Thank you.
Happy holidays.
show. Yes, and we will see you next week at Surviving Sin City.
Like what people think. This is a typical personality of a loved pit bull. Sammy came from a rescue
Porcelain doll in it who also had steampunk glasses on. They made
cool.
full costumes and, I was looking through the